Let's continue our talks about love. And I remind you that it's part of a series called the Forever Three. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 13 says there's three things that will abide or stay with us forever: faith, hope, and love. And we've covered faith, we've covered hope, and now we're talking about love. And it's important to know that these things work together. So today, I want to speak about the incredible importance of how love works in this whole process. And I want to quote something from Galatians 5 verse 6. It says the following: the only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. Now I want to put the emphasis on love. But remember, we're talking about the God kind of love called agape or agape. Some people pronounce it differently. Not human love just defined by experiences and feelings and things like that, but God kind of love, which is a sacrificial love. So what does this statement in Galatians 5 verse 6 mean? What does love mean and contribute to the process or expression of our faith? Why is love so vital to the functioning of faith? Now I want to offer some thoughts to some of these questions that I've just asked. I believe that why love is so important to the expression of our faith, simply because it is the motive part. So let me explain. The question I ask myself and I ask you is, what do you use your faith for mostly? I can use my faith for a number of things: for survival, for betterment of my life, for my needs to be met, for healing, for better business. I can use my faith for other people, to help them and see a change come in their lives, or help come for them. I can use my faith for many things. This is in itself not wrong, but if these are the only things I use my faith to get something from God, I'm missing the point, or it's incomplete. I think there's another dimension that must be added to our faith, and that is where love comes in as the motive. I believe we should believe for all these things I've mentioned, but add to that deploying and employing our faith ultimately for what God wants done, not just what we need, but for what is on His agenda, His will. And here's where the motive comes in. It's all in the word because. So my love for God and His word and His will must lead my faith. Because I love God, I put His agenda before my own, and I let that activate my faith. It's because I love God that I believe. Love for Him comes first, and faith follows. Love, really, if you talk in a mechanical sense, kind of that picture, lubricates the wheels of faith to function. You see, love gives heart to faith. This is confirmed in 1 Corinthians 13, that the virtually whole chapter. But verse 2 especially says this. It says, if I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love. And note this, I am nothing. It doesn't say I can do nothing. It says, I am nothing. You see, love defines me. Faith can define my life, but love defines me, brings me identity. And all my faith projects are focused on self and serving myself, means then that love is missing. If I just have all my faith employed and